Welcome back to the vlog. You are joining me and what can only be described as a tropical heat wave. I actually feel a little bad. I haven't got to enjoy too much of this weather. I've been working. It's been an amazing week so far, and long may it continue. I have been head in the laptop for much of it, which is not necessarily groundbreaking content creation for all of you lovely lot, but it is the reality of building a business, multiple businesses. I had shared, well, the end of the last episode, I was speaking about I was just getting pretty open and honest about managing life and the highs and lows, and not always having to feel like we can't create time and space for ourselves to feel how we feel without judgment. But what I must say is I'm so glad that I took some rest over the weekend, because since Sunday morning, sorry, there's lots of traffic. Since Sunday morning, I've been like high as a kite. My focus has been phenomenal, my energy, my productivity, my enjoyment. Do you know, there's this concept when they're describing like depression or sadness, they talk about it's actually the absence of joy that creates that feeling, and therefore if we create little moments of joy intentionally throughout our life or throughout our day, like small things, right, like a coffee, a chat with a friend, a workout that makes you feel great, clothing that makes you feel, you know, excited or confident or whatever, we can actually therefore create our own happiness. That's ultimately what we're doing. And I just love that. I love that it's all up to us, like all of it. Even when we think it's not, we can tell ourselves stories as like until the cows come home. That's all it is. It's just a story. Guys, I can't believe we've been talking for 2 minutes and 54 seconds. I've booked a trip. My friend was saying to me the other day, I think the thing, we were reflecting on life and lessons and learnings, and she was like, I think the thing that you have learned over this last 12 months is how to take a holiday. And I was like, I quite agree. It's not always been my sharpest skill. Sorry, there's something rattling in my bag. Apologies if that's distracting. It is distracting. But I have learned how to take a holiday, and that's great for me. And I think that's probably why I'm feeling the way I'm feeling. But as you know, I am now on the countdown. Oh, sorry, unsteady filming. I'm on the countdown to a very big birthday, and I'm excited about it. Like, what a decade this has been. Not without challenge. But whoa, that fan is going rather fast. Not without challenge. But diamonds are formed under pressure, as we know. And so, for my actual birthday, I'm going to be in sunnier climes. Climates? I'm sure it's climes the saying, but anyway, we're heading on a little adventure, and I've booked somewhere very special. When I first went to this place, it's honestly perhaps one of the few times that I've been genuinely, well, not one of the few times, but I am a very lucky, blessed, privileged individual. I get to travel. I've spent some, and because I've travelled through work, I have been hosted in some phenomenal hotels and restaurants and bars, and like I've seen some cool stuff. But the first time I went into this hotel, I was genuinely like awestruck. And clearly when that happened, I was like, I wonder like what it would cost to stay here for a couple of nights, not a whole trip, but a couple of nights. And it was, let's just say, it would have been not even the top end of our budget. Just, there's a lot. I don't think you should have a budget when it comes to travel or life. Energy is just, money is just energy, and it all comes back around again. I'm not saying that we should all be frivolous and fiscally irresponsible, quite the opposite, but I do think that when you move through life with abundant and magnetic energy, it will return threefold. So anyway, I booked the place, so that is where I will be seeing in my 40th birthday. I'm just heading into the gym, going to get a little upper session in, and I can't wait. It's going to be great. Good morning. Guys, I am feeling brilliant this morning, although there has been a intense thunder and lightning storm through the night, and everyone's like chatting about it, but we slept right through it. Don't get me wrong, it's not the air feels much like fresher this morning as a result, which is nice. But yeah, apparently it was pretty wild. I am just heading up to the gym. I'm actually starting a bit of a new focused programme on Monday, so I'm so excited about that. I have also signed up for my next race. So my friend Jillian and I are doing the hybrid games in October as part of my kind of prep and comeback and training for my next High Rocks. Obviously I done High Rocks Glasgow in, was that March? Yeah, I think March. And then I have leaned out of hybrid style training because I was doing the 12-week peak, which is very different indeed. So we're building the cardio back up, we're building the endurance back up, we're not maintaining strength, we're building strength back up. We're building the running back up, and that is where a lot of my focus and energy will go for the next 12 weeks, which is great timing because, and I think clearly I know this as a coach myself, but without having the goal, sometimes your effort, whether that's in a training sense or in a business sense, without having that big moment to work toward, it can sometimes feel a little like blowing in the breeze, you know? And that is why goals are so important, and not just setting a goal, putting an action plan in place to move you toward that goal, assessing how you're tracking against the goal, what other opportunities, what's blocking you, is that still the right goal? Like, there's so much to it, and that's all even just surface level how I'm describing it just now. So much deeper than that, because a lot of the goals we set for ourselves are based on our current perspective of our self-worth and our confidence. And that is why a lot of the work that I do with people is building their confidence, because the more confident you are, the higher your self-esteem is, the more you're going to want for your life, the less you will settle for something that is only okay. You know, something that, yeah, it's fine. Gosh, it's so hazy here. Normally you can see like the steeple of the church like right through the gap here, but it's all covered in cloud. So anyway, I'm sure the sun will burn all of that off. So that is why confidence is so important, because it will shape your level of ambition and your experience ultimately. And also when I was listening to my meditation this morning, I love Dr. Joe Dispenza, right? I love him. And just the way that he articulates everything makes so much sense to me. Because people can sometimes be a bit like, they want to disprove some of these health and wellness modalities, which I don't really get. Like, try them consistently for a long enough period of time for you to feel the impact and the benefit. But if it's not for you, or you just want to be closed-minded about it, you don't need to disprove anything, right? Like, what are you gaining? And also, like, should we not all just focus on building a better world? Anyway, Dr. Joe Dispenza was saying your brain is a record of the past, right? Of what's already happened. So when you wake up in the morning, if what you focus on is the things that have already happened, your patterns, then you're just going to create more of the same. Instead, what things like meditation, visualization, and future like goal setting, they help us like break that habit cycle, pattern and behaviour. And in the moment of choice where you can choose different, although it feels so uncomfortable within your body, that is choosing to break those neural pathways that are deeply wired. And therefore, by doing so, you can create a brand new reality in your mind and in your lived daily experiences. So fascinating, the brain. Like, I feel like I've only learned like 5-10% of how the brain works and how to like kind of hack it to make it your biggest asset, make it sharp and strong, and to master it and not have your mind master you. It's fascinating. So anyway, I'm gonna get my workout in. I've got a few meetings today, nothing too heavy. We're going to film some content as well, although I must admit I normally film my fashion content in my dressing room, but with the upstairs of my house is genuinely like a sauna at the moment, and so I haven't been spending much time up there, so I might have to find a new filming location for this occasion, but yeah, see you soon. Hi, how are we all doing? Guys, it has been a minute since I've done a little like product, oh my gosh, I've set a light up because the light is funny today because of the weather, and it is like blinding, it is so close. Maybe we don't really need it. Let's turn it off, guys, and see how we don't need it. No need for distractions. In fact, better without it. This camera, honestly, I'll link to this as well, actually. This is the, like, it really is the business. You wondered what I was going to say there, didn't you? So, hi. Feels like a minute since we sat down and spoke like this. So, we work hard all year round, and I feel passionately that summer is the time to, like, ease back a little. It's time to indulge, and it's time to feel like your best self. For me, and for many others, that means holiday. It also means self-care. It means indulging in some of your most favourite products. And I always do a big haul before I head on holiday. I always restock on my favourite products and perfumes and makeup, because we all know, or certainly the females amongst us know, how wonderful it is doing your makeup on holiday. Don't get me wrong, sometimes it seems a little, well, short-lived, right? Because you lie by the pool during the day, or you're out sightseeing and adventuring, and you don't need makeup for that. So, or you don't need like full glam, although your choice as well, always your choice to do as you see fit. But certainly over the years, I actually love to be barefaced. It's so nice, and you get so much time back as well. And it just feels good. It feels good to let the sun in and let it work its magic. And then, but of course I want to feel like glam and everything in the evenings. And for me, that does mean a bit of makeup, but always a bit different from how I would wear it, like either at home or not during the summer when we've been in the sun all day. So anyway, I have stocked up on some of my favourite bits for my recent holiday to Greece, and I thought it would be fun to talk through them. Of course, I will link to everything. So if you have a holiday coming up, or, I mean, we should just be looking and feeling and smelling like our best selves all year round anyway. So I'm just like eyeing up my goodies that I have here to hand. And there's a bit of a mixture of like skincare, cosmetics, makeup, perfume, body care, and then some wellness products as well. So where should we start? There's so many things in front of me. I'm like a child distracted by it all. Let's start with our skin, right? We all know that our skin, well, we maybe don't all know, but our skin is our, actually it's our largest organ. And we need to take incredible care of our skin, especially when we are in the sun. I am a factor 50 gal because I am very pale, although I hide that well, and I'll talk a little bit about that in a second. In fact, this is where I'm going to start. So, I absolutely fake tan for going on holiday. I do not want to be hitting that beach looking very pale. I tan all year round anyway. Like, I tan typically once a week. And so I've learned how to like take care of that tan. It's different when you're going on holiday because you're in and out of the water. You're obviously putting loads of sun cream on, potentially after sun. So your tan is like, it's up against it. I go between two fake tans. But I love this brand, and I always think it's important to support other small businesses and other female founded businesses. So this is Tandae. I've spoke about this brand here before, launched by Georgie and her husband actually, but I mean, she's a genius anyway on a number of fronts. I have two products of hers to talk to you about, but this is the Rouge Oud Tanning Mousse Ultra Dark, Ultra. A lot of the tans I wear, it's the like fast develop ones, and they say that you can leave it on for as little as like 1 hour for a light kind of golden bronze tan, all the way through to 3 hours. The ones that it says like 1 to 3 hours, depending on your preferred colour, I keep them on for like sometimes 24 hours. I want to be like very tanned, ultra dark. So I tend to do 2 layers of this, but I love it. And the Rouge Oud, so rather than, do you know how some tans are like, kind of have a green undertone, which works fine if you're olive skinned, but if you're more on the pale side of life like I am, this is actually more like a pinky, reddy, well, rouge, undertoned tan. And it's gorgeous, like it's so gorgeous. And what I would also say about this product is it doesn't have that normal fake tan smell. So top marks for this fake tan. I love it. And then just to go alongside that, again, I'm sure I've spoke about this product before, also from Tandae, the brand Tandae, and this is the oil-free body cream. Literally smells like summer in a jar, like 100%. Oh, it is divine. And because it is oil free, it means it's not stripping your tan off. And I just like lash this stuff on. It's so good. I wear it before bed because it smells amazing. But I basically, in the summer months, I go through pots and pots of this stuff. Although I must admit, they last really long as well for the amount of it that I use. I don't feel like I have to order it that often. And keep an eye on both the Instagram, both Georgie's Instagram and the Tandae Instagram, because they run offers like regularly where you can get either money off or you buy the 2 together. So that is definitely one of my top tips or top products. Let's stay in the bronzing category. I have spoke about this product before. This is the By Terry Brightening CC Serum in Sunny Flash. This is honestly one of my absolute like cult products. Funny story for you. This was last summer. I must have just been like distracted or working loads or something. I'd run out, and so I ordered it. I normally get this from Cult Beauty, but you can get it from Space NK as well, I think. and directly from site at By Terry, and look fantastic. There's loads of places you can buy this, and so I ordered it, and when I opened it, I thought, so this comes in different colours, and actually Sunny Flash, as a not very tanned girl, is probably not my natural colour, but it does something different for me than the other shades do. The other shades just don't give you the same like gorgeous, like bronzed, glowy, amazing. Sometimes I could do just this with nothing else. So what I do with this is I cleanse, tone and moisturise and do whatever else your like skincare is, or your serums or whatever it is that you're doing. Then I wait until I've had my moisturiser on, then I put my SPF on. We'll come back to SPF. Then I let that, you know, dry and set for ideally like 5 minutes, but let's be honest, who's got 5 minutes in between every step of their skincare? Not I. And then I put this on, and then I do give this time to set. I normally put this on down in the bathroom, and then I come up the stairs to do my hair and my makeup, and so there is normally like a decent bit of time. You can absolutely wear this alone. Like, you do not need anything else with it. It is honestly one of those. So anyway, when I ran out last summer, it has like a white rose scent to it, but the other ones also have a white rose scent to them, and I think one of them is called Rose or something. And so when it arrived, I thought it was the wrong shade, so I ordered it again. And then it arrived and I thought it was the wrong shade, so I ordered it again. And then meanwhile, I was a little like delayed on my returns, so I ended up with like, I don't know, 7, maybe not as much as that, but I ended up with a few extras, and I was like, right, I need to like bulk return these because they're all wrong. And I opened them up and they weren't wrong at all. So I now have like a year's supply, probably more than that. So it just shows you, like, slow your life down a little bit and stop moving so fast. That's how mistakes are made. So yeah, the By Terry Brightening CC Serum in shade Sunny Flash, like, you have to try it. You have to try it. Let's talk facial SPF whilst we're here. So you might know that I used to be a Tropic ambassador, and I am obsessed with, like, there's 5 or 6 of their products that I just will use forever and ever, amen. They are incredible. This is actually a new product to me. So this is I've always used Tropic SPF 50 face, I have it over here, what's it called? Anyway, their facial SPF. And I love it, but they have launched a CC serum, Satin Skin Tint SPF 50, but this actually comes in different colours, but it is a white, like, fluid. It is white, and then it adapts once it's on your face, and it gives a little bit of light coverage. So I'll just read this to you, right? Infused with pioneering micro-encapsulated pigments and hydrating natural extracts, this innovative silicone-free skin tint soothes, primes, and enhances your complexion, supercharged with reef-safe SPF for optimal protection. It's honestly, you can wear alone or under your favourite base makeup. It is beautiful. So what I've been doing on vacation during the day is cleanse, tone, serums, whatever I'm doing, moisturise, let it all chill out. My CC serum, this. Then just a little teeny tiny swipe. I indulged. I had a conversation with my makeup artist, and we were talking about liquid blush versus powder blush. Now, as a very full coverage kind of gal, and probably my age, to be honest with you, I prefer like a powder look. Like, I'm not really a huge overly dewy, looks like it might be like a little bit wet to touch. Like, I don't like that. And it might just be because I'm nearly 40. And yeah, like, don't get me wrong, like, glass skin, all that is beautiful, but I need that stuff to like be in, I'm a busy woman. I need that stuff to be in place all day. I can run a high rocks race and I'll come off at the end and people will be like, have you just had your makeup done? Did you race? And I'm like, yes, I did race. that is because I know how to lock that stuff in. However, my gorgeous, gorgeous makeup artist is teaching me things, and she is opening my mind. And she has actually got me on the, like, you know, on the fence with blushes. Now, it depends what other products you're all using, because some things just don't work together. But we had a conversation, and if you know, you know, Westman Atelier. So I treated myself to a little cream blush for my holiday. Guys, look at this gorgeousness. So this is in shade Petal. And so what I have been doing on holiday is I will put my Tropic Skin Tint on, let it chill, and then just like a little swipe. I love a pink, rosy, blushy cheek look. Like, I love that look. Who doesn't? It's just like healthy and sun-kissed. And all you need is like dab, 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 dab. And then you can either do a bit of brow or a bit of lash. Of course, something on the lips. We all come to that. And you're good to go. You're good to go. Yes, it was a bit splurgy. Baby Cheeks blush stick and shade Petal. But we deserve treats, especially in the summer. So loving that. Now, staying on the blusher conversation, I am obsessed with this brand. This brand is called Hourglass, and there's actually 2 of their products that are staples in my makeup bag. So this is the Ambient Lighting Blush Luminous Flush. There are, it's a bit of a mouthful. And this is what I use like day to day. And actually, even when I use the Westman Atelier, I'm always tempted to still just go over it with the brush. This blush is incredible. Like, in fact, both these products together. So that's the blush, but the bronzer, so the Ambient Lighting Bronzer, Luminous Bronze Light. And again, if you've watched any of my makeup videos, you will know that I like break a couple of rules when it comes to makeup and life. Not really. I'm actually like one of the most law-abiding citizens you will ever meet. I don't speed. It freaks me out when other people speed. I don't like steal, clearly. I mean, who steals? No one. Well, some people. Guys, can you tell that I've had quite a lot of caffeine today? I feel like, yes. I've also had loads of great news today. I'll tell you about that too. But anyway, I'm a very diligent, law-abiding citizen. Rules are there to be adhered to, but not when it comes to makeup. We can do what we want to do, and dressing for that matter. But the 2 products, I put this bronzer all over my face. As discussed previously, I am a fairly pale girl, but I wear a lot of tan, and so therefore I need to like bronze my face up to like bring everything together. Other top tip with this product is I take a different, I have a body brush, and I keep that separate, not a liquid body brush, don't want to mix the 2 up, but I have a powder body brush, and I take that bronzer like all the way across my décolletage, and you can't see today because obviously this is the top I'm wearing, and also up my arms as well, and it just gives this like, really evens out your like, just takes it from looking like normal skin to like glossy, healthy, sexy, glowy skin, and I love it. And I actually often get comments on like this part of my body, and it's from all those push-ups, I think. But I love, 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 love. Now the Hourglass price range, I would say it's like definitely more on the luxury sort of side, but it's not wild. And the products last for ages, and they definitely do what they claim to do. Now, just whilst we're staying on complexion, this pot is actually rather filthy. But Laura Mercier Loose Setting Powder, this is a no-brainer. I apply this underneath my under eye whilst I am doing smoky eye. You know, that's my signature look. I wear a bronze smoky eye like 90% of my life. And it just catches any fallout that you've got. I keep it there whilst I'm doing kind of like bake style, you know, like Huda Beauty method. And I keep it there whilst I'm finishing everything, mascara, brow, and then it's almost like the close to final step of my makeup is like swiping all that away. So staying in the makeup category, we're actually going to talk lipstick. So
there's method to the order that I'm going to talk about these things. We're going to start with Charlotte Tilbury. I am a huge Charlotte Tilbury fan, and I have been a Pillow Talk lipstick lover for life. Like, genuinely, it's probably my most shopped shade. It's the Pillow Talk Original. I absolutely love it. Like, you need it in your life. I recently expanded, and I have been loving I want to call this collection like the Hot Lips collection from Charlotte Tilbury, and this is In Love with Olivia. Now, the Hot Lips collection, each colour is inspired by a different Hollywood starlet, and this one is inspired by, so it's called In Love with Olivia, and it's inspired by Olivia Palermo, who, ladies and gentlemen, has been one of my absolute fashion and style icons since, like, was it The Hills she was in? Yes, since The Hills first burst onto our screens. Gosh, I'm so millennial, haven't I? I'm not ashamed. Anyway, this is beautiful. It's slightly more peach than Pillow Talk, but it's also slightly more hydrating. So in the summer, what I've been doing is I've been lining my lips, talk about that in a second. I've been doing the Pillow Talk all over, and then I've been doing like a little dab of In Love with Olivia towards the centre. Then, another influence by my makeup artist is I've been putting a bit of gloss on my lips. And I must admit, I like it. The reason that I have not always been a gloss girl is because I'm busy, I do a lot of fitness, I'm running around, and the last thing I need is like my hair sticking to my lip gloss. Because then your hair's all sticky, and my hair's a big deal. I don't want to have sticky hair. So I've just always and I don't really feel like it lasts very long. However, I must admit, in terms of video and photography, lip gloss actually does make a difference. It does really elevate your look and make it look more complete. Clearly, chapped, dry lips is not a vibe, and the camera can sometimes accentuate that. So I've actually been really loving having gloss back in my life again. And if it doesn't just top it back up again. It's fine. Just top it up at regular intervals. Okay. Now I am super excited. So we're going to talk about Victoria Beckham Beauty for a moment. Honestly, Victoria Beckham can do no wrong in my eyes, and her product line is excellent. Of course it was going to be. So let's start with lip liner. So this is, what colour? I'm sure this is, I wonder if it says, it should say on it. I couldn't get the one that I was looking for, but this actually ended up being the correct one for me. Oh, I think I've sharpened past the colour. Anyway, I'll link to whichever one it was, but it's this browny, pinky, nudie colour that is not very clear for you to see at all. I use this every single day. Every day, and I love it. It's not shade, do you know there's the one that's shade number 2? It's not that. But anyway, I'll link to it, but the staying power on this, the colour payoff, I'm obsessed. I'm obsessed. And I have been pairing it with Pose. Lipstick Pose. Now look at this packaging. It's this little tortoise shell. And the weight for such a small vessel, the weight of that, it just feels like luxury. And well, you can tell I've been using it a lot. It is a kind of browny pinky colour. It is honestly gorgeous. I absolutely love it. So definitely a big fan. Now, if you follow me on Instagram, you would have seen me talking a little bit about these products before. Scent is very important to me. The smell in your home, the smells, and I'm actually very fussy when it comes to fragrance. I'm sure that's not a massive surprise, but I'm very I have to love it. and I can go off of perfumes quite easily as well. And I felt like most people have like a signature scent, but for me, like I love Tom Ford. There's like 2 or 3 Tom Fords that are like the Tom Ford Jasmine Rouge. I mean, we're going to be lovers forever. But it's heavy, it's a lot, and it's a nighttime perfume. The Victoria Beckham Beauty Portofino 97 is my summer must-have fragrance. Actually, not just summer. I wore it right through Christmas as well. Gary bought it for me for Christmas because I'd had my eye on it for a little while. And I like blasted through that bottle so quickly, so I had to. And Victoria Beckham's perfumes are inspired by poignant moments in her life, different trips and locations, and her marketing, her packaging, her design, her aesthetic, her everything. Like the attention to detail is top class. She really is a style icon. So yes, so Portofino 97 has been in the fragrance roster for me for the last 6 months. I added to the roster. Introducing. Now, I was actually a very like intentional consumer when it came to this. Gary and I had been in Space NK in Edinburgh, and we'd been trying like just have fun and trying stuff out, and he loved this. And normally with he loves Portofino 97, and I think he likes Jasmine Rouge. He's never really said one way or the other, but that's just what I've wore since like we've been together. And I know it'll remind him of like our trips to Dubai and stuff like that. But we were playing around with fragrance, and he was like, oh, Sheryl, you need to get it. And I was like, I'm not getting it today because, well, to be honest, I had just been to get all of my aesthetics topped up. And aesthetics is a fancy way of saying like my Botox and my filler. No shame here, guys. Do what you want to do. Your face, your body, your choice. And so I felt like I had already spent my budget for the day, and I wasn't gonna, so I didn't buy it then. I waited a week later, and then I ordered it online. Now I don't know if I've got this pronunciation correct. You guys can tell me in the comments. Ysidro? Yeah, I'm going to confidently say San Ysidro Drive. And this is, oh my god, it's like woody, bergamot. I mean, I don't actually know the notes that are in it, so I'm not going to sit here and pretend to be some fragrance connoisseur. It smells like summer, and it's very sexy. Like it's like musky. It's right in that wheelhouse of what I like. Like leathery, maybe vanilla. Anyway, it smells like summer evenings where the sun is starting to set and you can hear the water like lapping on the shore, and you're getting ready for dinner, and you're all like golden, bronzy, warm from the sun, and you're happy, and you can smell that like musk in the air. This is what this is, guys. Beautiful. Okay, any other products to go through? I think one more product, and this is, I don't know if I spoke to you about the Eborian skincare before. However, this is the Eborian, part of the Eborian Korean skin therapy, and it's a ginseng micro shot, and it's for pores, wrinkles, and bounce. Apparently, it's advanced, and it's 0.3%. Now, so it's skin refining micro infused intense serum. The difference in my skin since I started using this, I am not even kidding. I use a few of this brand of product, and I use this every other night. So I don't use it every night, I use it every other night. Once I double cleanse, again, this thing about breaking rules, I don't tone. I don't like it. I don't like it at all. I go straight into like, what skin treatment am I using? And so I go straight in with this, then I'd let that chill, then I put my nighttime cream on, let that chill, and then I also use the skin oil in this collection as well. Of course, your under eye cream goes on before any of those products, so that it has like maximum penetration. Obsessed Obsessed. And then finally some wellness products. What will we go for first? So when we travel, I take a lot of vitamins. I travel with my protein powder, I travel with my creatine, I travel with my athletic greens. I'm not missing my ritual just because I'm not at home. And because I travel so much for business, it's even more important that I have everything with me. You know, like don't break your rituals, guys. Just plan ahead, be prepared, and take them with you. So we treated ourselves to some new little travel supplement. What are we calling these? Like little pots. Friday is currently missing because actually we're starting to use them at home now as well, and we'll just fill them up on a Sunday when we're doing all our prep and then work our way through them through the week. But they're so cute, and it meant we were all organised. We weren't having to take loads of extra tubs of things like that. Like this product, clearly it's not I've not reinvented the wheel or anything like that. I'm just reminding you that the wheel exists. So this is a top purchase from Amazon. I got the little cute pinky one, and I got Gary the black one. So yeah, loving. And then last but not least, have we, you and I, discussed mouth taping at all? Those of you who are more researched or active in the wellness space will be very familiar with mouth taping. Mouth taping clearly helps us improve our sleep. It encourages and promotes nasal breathing, which also helps downregulate our nervous system and reduces thoughts and feelings of anxiety. There's like loads of benefits around it, but for me it's about, well, all of those things, right? I want to have phenomenal sleep. I want to have minimal anxious thoughts and feelings. I want to be in my in my healthy nervous system. And so I started mouth taping. Well, the truth is, I started mouth taping and then I started dating Gary, and clearly I didn't want to look like, you know, I had tape on my mouth going to sleep. And so I stopped for a little bit when we first started dating. But I've been back on. What a difference. Like I cannot tell you, but the only trouble that I have, and again, anyone who's watching this who also mouth tapes, you can please share your recommendations with me. I have trouble keeping it on all night. So two things that are driving that. If I put it on too quickly after I've done all my skincare, I still have too much like oil on my face and it doesn't stick. Now, when we're talking about mouth taping here, I'm not talking about like a massive big piece of tape across my mouth, right? I have a strong voice and I have lots to say. It's not about that. It's about helping my body sleep and creating the best conditions as possible to help my body sleep. So I'm back to these ones, which so far I have found to be the best ones. I will link to them. And they are smaller. They're very small strips. And they don't go across the way, they go up and down. And they, on the night, so I would say that I have like a, I don't know, 60 to 70% success rate with it, like keeping it on all night. But the sleep that I get, and my Aura Ring confirms the sleep that I get when I have mouth taped and being able to keep it on the whole night is like far superior to when I'm unable to keep it on, or when I don't, like, I don't know, for whatever reason I've maybe forgot it or something. So highly recommend. Guys, oh my gosh, that's like 30 minutes of me talking you through some of my latest and greatest like hero products. Life is... Oh, that was one other thing I was going to talk to you about. It's these earrings. So I treated myself to a little pair of earrings for our holiday. They are Swarovski. I will link to them. You guys know I'm a big Swarovski fan. And I just needed something. For me, when you're on holiday and you're in your bikini, there's obviously not a lot of outfit going on, and so I think that your accessories actually matter just as much as your bikini or your swimsuit, like your look. And I think your accessories are a brilliant way to elevate your swimwear look as well. And I don't want to wear all my jewellery in the pool, around the pool, but there's some pieces that I am okay with wearing. And it really does just elevate your look to have some nice, like, gorgeous, either like statement earrings or, you know, whatever your general vibe is. But definitely, if you are going on holiday and you want to feel confident and beautiful and styled and put together, plan it. Spend some time on Pinterest before you go. Make sure that you've planned your looks a little bit. This doesn't need to be excessive, but plan your looks. Try new things. Try like a body chain, try an anklet, try a slightly more statement earring for by the pool. It makes you feel like a glam queen. It really does. Change up your perfume. Actually wear perfume during the day. I know loads of people that will just like minimal glam, and that's totally cool as well, like all good. But if you want to feel glam and sexy and luxurious, the products you use will help with that. It'll support that ambition or intent. So a couple of final pieces of news before I wrap this up. I am having like one of the most amazing business weeks. Some things that have been in motion for a little minute, like a couple of weeks, and then some things that were brand new opportunities this week. They've all come through today, all of them. Not one, not two, but 3 significant contracts have come. 4. 3 that are more on the businesses side, and 1 that is more on the content creation side, and really changes the game for me and makes all of the, I mean, I'm not even going to say it like it's a hardship. I think you guys know I love creating content. I love this part of my business and building this audience and connecting with all of you guys and sharing bits of my life, and I love it. Doesn't feel like, yeah, of course it takes time and effort and energy, and I allocate time. I create all my content myself. I edit, I publish, I plan, I promote, I do all of it. But it's such a privilege. I love it. And I hope you love it too. Please make sure that you are subscribed. Next week I'm going to be bringing you some style content, and I'm going to be talking through some amazing new purchases, and I'm also going to be taking you on an incredible adventure. There's loads coming up. I've got a couple of speaking engagements. I have just confirmed an event in London in a few weeks with an incredible friend of mine, and I announced this week the Sheryl's summer sessions with my own community. So if you are interested in any of those things, please get in touch. If you have any questions that you would like to ask me, or you want to just chat through content or anything like that, or any of the products or anything that I've mentioned in this episode, please just drop a comment below. I respond to every one of them, and I'm so entirely grateful for you guys being on this journey with me. There are seismic things happening, and I believe that a rising tide lifts all boats, and I'm here to help support you on your journey. Wherever you choose to go, it's all entirely possible, and we do not need to stay small, play small. We do not need to turn our brilliance down. We are worthy, we are capable, we are talented, we are smart, and we deserve to take up every inch of space mentally, physically and emotionally that we want to. And don't ever